trigger alerts, narcissism, trigger alerts, twin flames, trigger alerts, taboo. Are you ready to enter this portal? Are you open to seeing what will be seen? You have entered a tidbit of touching taboo area that often go unseen. So guys, this is the beginning of the transmission. I want to touch on a few things, and these things are going to be of a taboo nature. A tidbit of taboo. You may find these things that we discuss triggering. They could be something that makes you feel a certain way. And they could be areas in which penetrate spots of you that you do not want penetrated, because sometimes the hardest thing to see is ourselves. So with this disclosure statement, I like to let you know you are about to enter a portal of the unknown. Welcome to a tidbit of taboo as we touch it. Today,
Are you accidentally being an energy vampire and not realizing it?
Vampires.
Maybe.
Hey loves, welcome to my channel. After all of the alerts, all of the trigger warnings, I hope that you are here now in complete, full awareness that what we are about to touch on is a topic of taboo. What we are about to touch on is something that may trigger you, that may get you a little bit riled up, but if it does, just know that it is sent to you with love, and it is sent to you with a gift for you to be able to see a side of yourself that maybe needed to be seen. So with that being said, today I will be touching on something very, very touching to me as well. This is actually a trigger alert that could be a trigger that could alert my inner energy as well. So just know you're not alone. We're in this together, and I'm probably going to drink lots of water while we do this. So just expect it. So yeah, let me get prepared here. Let me first start off with saying, if you enjoy my content, most definitely like, share, subscribe to my channel. Your love and your support is valued, it's welcome here, and it's honored. So just know that every single one of you matters so much, and each of you and all that you do are a representation of why I am here and the purpose of this whole destination. Okay, so trigger. Have you ever sat back and asked yourself, what is an energy vampire? What would an energy vampire entail? Would this energy vampire intentionally be creating energy that moves towards me or someone else? Or could this energy vampire be someone or something that's unknown? Could it be that someone's energy is just so impactful that when it goes somewhere, it explodes? Alright, so with that being said, I'd like to start off with saying, as I do often like to kind of like interject my aspects into my messages to be able to kind of relate them, to pertain them to the topic at hand. Me personally, I have my Mars at my galactic center in Sagittarius's ruled house original, so the 9th house, but my 9th house is ruled by Scorpio. I hope that when I tell you all these things, it kind of helps you all parallel into your own charts to be able to kind of understand the interpretation of how it's done, how you can kind of look into the aspects to see how they function within your own self, because that's a big golden key to this. Like, I don't just tell you these things because I just want to like let you all know everything about me. Like, that's all that matters. It's to be able to get you to the key code to your own self. So just remember that. I never want that to go neglected. And oh my gosh, I have to drink more water, so give me a second. So, okay. So having Mars at my galactic center of Scorpio in the ninth house, this gives me a great connection, along with my 12th house energy, to the unknown, to the aspects of the world that goes unseen. Almost like Lilith energy, if you could imagine, like Black Moon Lilith energy. Like she has all this power, she has all this energy, and she has all this inner tell. Yet, she can only come to people in a way of like energy. And she, I believe, even went to men in their sleep and raped them, which I'm not pushing that on anyone. I'm not saying that's a representation of me. But that was a story that has been said about Black Moon Lilith. And the thing is, this energy really connects with me. Because being someone with expansive, explosive energy, I often find myself thinking a thought of something, and then the energy of it comes over me, and it's like as if I'm almost there, or I'm experiencing the moment and the actual momentum of my now. And then I question myself, where did that energy go? Like, who did that energy go to? Did that person I was thinking of receive that energy? Did that fantasy manifest in some other form of reality, in some dimensional state? This energy that I'm creating, where is it? And is it really that connected to the innate? Now, with that being said, this makes one question. Energy vampires. People accuse others of being energy vampires. Is there a moment you can name in your past or recent or any type of realm of your reality in which you did something similar to this? To where you thought of someone so intensely that a flood came over you and you were able to just like feel them fluidly within you, or the energy of what it was consume you and consciously like loom inside of you as it blossoms and blooms. Now, if you're doing this, and you're doing it on a regular basis, not even intentionally, it's just sometimes our minds go places. Sometimes our energy fills things that our minds don't even understand. And once you connect those energies of your mind, understanding, and your consciousness of the expansion of where you're going, once you can connect these things, you can ask yourself these questions. Am I an energy vampire? Possibly. Possibly. Am I also an energy giver? Absolutely. And there's a balance in between there at some point. There's a balance. And it's like, but are you physically, energetically, pretty much attacking people and not even realizing? What if you are literally energetically like taking from people that don't want to be taken from? What if you're doing these things and you don't even realize it because your energy is just so big that you're just like doing these things, and it's an unconscious act, but it's a conscious act that you feel and you enjoy the energy, so you take the energy as you feel it. But what if that energy is being taken from someone else that didn't want to feel it or didn't want to experience that? How do we distinguish these two things is what I am getting to. And is it something that we feel bad for, or is it something that we take pride in because we have this beautiful talent that you can just go and interweave yourself in other energy fields whenever you want? But what is energetic consent is the question. How do you know without a clear line of communication where the energetic line is and how it's crossed and where the boundaries lie? Are there boundaries in the outer realms of 12th house beings? That's a question I'm still discovering myself. Are you a 12th house energy person? Do you feel that you are an energy vampire? Is that something you've ever even given thought to? Who's that one person that crosses your mind so frequently that when you think of them, it's just like a flood of energy rushes over you and you're just like, oh. Like, you know, like that energy just when you're like, Who is that person? Who is that person to you? Because if you ask yourself who that person is, and you can have that energy filled and you can have that energy exchange right then, just thinking of them, what did you just do? Where did that energy go? Energy doesn't dissipate. It doesn't just leave and dissipate. It transfers. It transfers to another state of being. So these energies that we are sending are like telepathic messages. Have you had those moments to whenever you're just like, I thought of someone, like, okay, like, oh, blah, 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 across my mind. Yesterday, text me, this guy I'm, like, friends with, that I haven't talked to in months, and I was just kind of wondering, like, where is he at? How's he been? Because it's been so long. I used to work with him, nothing too crazy, you know? But it was just, like, one of those random, like, drop it in the universe, don't even think about it again, and, like, 2 seconds later, I'm getting a text from him, and he's, like, just being whatever, you know? And I'm just like, whoa. And then I think about someone, oh, there they go. They like responded to something I said or something like that. It's just like these things happen so frequently. And then you ask yourself, okay, if these things are happening so frequently, does that also mean that these other thoughts that I'm having are forming in some other manifested way? And if they are, how do I control the way that they are manifesting? And are they wanted? Are they unwanted? How do we interpret these energy fields that go unspoken? And does this make me an energy vampire? This is a question I ask myself, and to be completely transparent, I ask myself more than not, because it is something that is of a subconscious, conscious thought. So, with that being said, ask yourself the next time you have that energetic feel, that feeling of someone, or that dream that you have to when you go and you connect with this other being, and you're just like, you have an energetic exchange. Where are you going? Where is that energy? Like, what is that energy doing? Is it reaching the other being, or is it only reaching you? Or where is it going? Where is the transference moving to? And are you manipulating by choice, or are you manipulating because your energies have interwoven? And from that point, you are connected and you've been intercepted, and there's nothing that you can do about it. It's kind of a taboo topic within itself, because how does the person that is projecting the energy also become the enemy and the victim at the same time? Because they don't understand or know how to define where the lines are, or where they are crossed, where they're established, how they are being. So it's just food for thought. I think about like the energy exchanges I've had like with people over the time that I've like really just like embodied my energetic field so more like intricately, and I just like question myself, like, are there times I've been an energy vampire to my twin flame? My twin flame, I say that loosely because I feel like there are actual so many prototypes of us, so many connections, so many other beings that we have these connections to. And I think the twin flame limits the energy of what that is and the definition, the true definition of what I mean. So, with that being said, absolutely I have probably overstepped bounds with the energy fields, and that makes me feel something. But does it make me feel guilt? Does it make me feel bad? Honestly, I can't say I do. Because I can't, it's one of those things, like I can maybe learn to control it, but at the same time, is it being affected? Like, that's the question. When someone doesn't have a clear line of communication with you, you don't really know. So it's almost like, am I an energy vampire? I don't know.
Have you ever asked yourself, could I be the trigger? Could I be the one that is actually activating all of this karmic mess? Could I be my own self-destruction? Could I be causing my own mess? What if you did? And what if you are? What would that make you feel? What would it make you think about yourself? Would you be open to thinking that about yourself? Are you open to seeing yourself in the shadows in which you may be seen by others the way that you are perceived? Are you open to that? Or does that scare you? Does your shadow scare you? Or are you open to it? Soon, I guess we'll find out. I wonder if it's upside down now. Okay, so that happened, but I'm still so incredibly grateful. And I'm also so incredibly aware that some energy fields are just so massive that they can't be ignored. You know, they just can't be disguised as anything other than what they are. It's like you feel something and it's just like this implosion within yourself, and you're just like, what has happened to me? What have I become? What is this that I am experiencing? And you just experience it, and you take it, and you embrace it, and you utilize all of it because you feel it so immensely succumbing over your being, becoming the essence of your energy field as you feel it's filled as well. It's just so intriguing how these energies work. Lately, I've been really, really impacted and experiencing some really special things. So I just wanted to share that and kind of add it to the message. Wow. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that and add it to the message and touch on a little bit more of that taboo. Because that is one of those things. Am I being an energy vampire? Honestly, I don't really think so. I think what I'm doing is having a distant, remote energy exchange, because I don't feel that it would be so welcome and so like loving if I were doing it in a way of negativity. And I'm going to look at that as my conclusion of this touching taboo topic, as I embrace the energy of my midheaven ride, because it gives me that intuitive like insight to the question that I have asked the universe, and I'm able to bring it into reality and transparency of what it really is and the makeup in which it is made of. And when it really comes down to it, no, I am not an energy vampire, even though yeah, I can do some creepy shit, I guess, if I want. But the thing is, I attract and magnetize the energy that is meant for me. Therefore, it could have been in my past, yes, that I've been an energy vampire, to where I was attracting negative energy and I was feeding into that negative energy, because we all do that at times. But the thing is, I've hit a new timeline to where I'm like, I feel the energy that's filling me, and it's now become a mutual like receptive like flow of cosmic energy waves that just like pull you from the makeup of everything and the matter of all that you are, and you just like feel it so fully as it consumes you, penetrating your energy fields in ways that you've never felt before. You know, and that's how you know you're not being the energy vampire. No, you're having a fair energy exchange. But if it feels opposite of that, if it feels negative, if it feels like you're taking something from someone that doesn't belong to you, that they have closed off to you, and yet you still move forward and you're like trying so hard to like push your energy into their field, that is not the way it should be done, in my opinion. And have I done that still? Because this is a fair trade here. I'm not trying to only speak of one thing and say it's the only way that I've ever been, because what's right is right or what's wrong is wrong, or whatever it may be. But yes, I have done that. And it makes me aware of that, experiencing the non-forced energy of the current sea that I am now feeling. So we're sent these answers in unique ways. And the thing is, like, I've been answered now. And it tells me, okay, look, this is how it feels. And this is how it's supposed to feel. And this is how you felt before, but maybe it wasn't meant for you in that moment to feel that, because you were kind of like pushing for something that wasn't all the way there, and you shouldn't have to push. Everything should just come at ease. And when it starts to come at ease, you know you're not the energy vampire, because you wouldn't have to force. You would just be. And that essence of being shows you that you're in the right energy of your field. But okay, so that concludes this message, and I'm grateful for you. Back to the original film. Hey, love. So I just wanted to officially close out this message because I know it's been a series of messages combined in one. And I want to just finish it out by saying that anything that you do can be in some form to someone in some way an energy vampiric thing. The thought of someone that doesn't like you is vampiric to them. And the thought that they are giving to you from not liking you is also vampiric. Therefore, that is also still an equal energy exchange. It's not necessarily an energy exchange that's of a healthy nature. And in fact, it's quite toxic. But who am I to define what's toxic when in a world of toxicities? Who are you to define what's toxic in a world of toxicities? The thing is, when it really comes down to it, when it really boils down to the makeup of all that is really that matters, of this whole substance of this topic at hand, what really matters is how you feel when you're doing it, when it really comes down to it. And this could be a taboo thing to say. And that's okay, because guess where we are? We're here to touch that matter. We're here to touch the taboo. And we're here to stimulate that energy field. So yes, if you enjoy doing what you're doing, the energy is a choice. There is no right. There is no wrong. There's simply doing what you're doing and how you feel when you're doing it. If you're doing something that makes you feel guilt, that makes you feel shame, then of course that energy is going to drain you, and it's going to cause and affect something of a matter that's of disconcern, that's not of your highest elemental force. But if you're doing something, and even if it's a little dark, maybe, because we're touching taboo. Even if it feels a little dark, if you feel like it's right, you like it, the energy feels good, no one's energetically blocking you from doing it in a way to where you feel that you're crossing boundaries, then honestly, no harm, no foul, right? I don't know how that could be interpreted, but that's how I receive it. Because if someone really truly feels that boundaries have been overstepped, they need to declare those boundaries, even if it's energetically. Energy is a whole vibe, and it's a whole other dimensional state. And you can tell if the energy is bad, or if it's like, or not even bad. I don't want to say good or bad, because it's not that. You can tell if the energy is within your field or if it's not, because it's going to feel off. It's going to not feel right. It's not going to feel home for you. It's not going to feel like you're going to eat up in the back of your mind. Like, it's like if you do something and you know it's out of your nature and you're just like, I shouldn't have done that. And you're just like reliving that energy, like, oh, I wish I didn't do that. Oh, or either you're having like these repercussions because of the thing that you did. And you're just like, oh, that thing keeps popping up. I wish I never did that because it just keeps. Yes. If you're doing all that and you're just like, oh, I'm going to relive the past all the time, you're going to go in loops, and you're going to go in more loops, and you're going to go in more loops, and you might as well just be a hamster, because if you were, it would make more sense than you being a human that's living in an ultimate demise of themselves, like chasing your own tail and eating yourself and consuming yourself because you're just so absorbed in what you did. Like, okay, yeah, you did some stuff. Like, oh, well, get over it. It's like, that is the new now. Like, you're living in this momentum now. So whatever you did then, or whatever those people did to you, or whatever those people said about you because they just, whatever, they just cared so much about you that they fed you energy and then you fed energy back, but it was all toxic and because it was like the best idea to do then. But it's like, but who are you now? Is it the best for you to do it now? Or is it like, maybe like I could not do that right now because it's not really in my energy? That's up to you though. That's up to you. It's up to you. Where do you want to fuel your fire? Where do you want to give your energy to? If something feels wrong to you, are you crossing energetic vampiric bounds? To me, that's the only time I'm gonna consider that I'm crossing bounds, is if it feels negative. If it like comes back and it's like whoosh, like it feels like a combustion of some sort, like, but it's pushing you back, not like a good like. If it feels like that, I'm going to consider that for me and my touching of my own taboo. That's when I'm going to be like, okay, now that's negative energy. That's energy I don't need to be fucking with because it's not in my field. It's not even that it's negative energy. It's just not my energy. And if it's not my energy, I don't need it because I'm trying to expand my energy out. I'm not trying to build off of somebody else's energy that's toxic for me because it's not the right energy in my field. So I'm going to always like strive for that energy that's like going to expand me out and that's going to expand out the other in which I am giving my energy to, because it should be of equal exchange and balance. And if it's not of that, it doesn't even feel right. It just doesn't even feel right because you have that guilt or that shame or that mind that you're just like, I have to be able to like, or that mind that you're just like, I have to be able to like look at this again. But yeah, so if it makes you feel like that, toxic shit. I mean, it could be toxic, but maybe it's not, because maybe you love toxicities and that's okay too. Because the thing is, we all have our own touching of taboo. We all do. So we all have these like sides of ourselves. We all have these like creepy, like weird fantasies and these like weird things that we think are like awesome and amazing that other people could be like, is wrong with that person? Like, why are they doing that? Like, what is up with them? Like, I personally have like all kinds of like weird little fetishes and things of like these little fantasies of just like, I like being watched. Like, it's just creepy. It's like weird stuff, but it's okay. Like, I'm kind of like a shadow lover. Like, I love that energy because I'm a 12th house person. So I like energy exchanges, even if it's not like a physical, like I like energy exchanges. And I'm not saying that means I don't like physicality as well, because I am equally physical as I am in the realms of astral or whatever it may be, or whatever in the energy fields. Like, I am okay with all of it. Like, even though I'm so incredibly celibate still right now, because that is my choice of matter right now, because if nobody's around me that's worth my energy to exchange with in a physical form, why would I give myself to anyone in that way? Like, why would I do that? That's a waste of my energy, and I can like do my own self right and just treat me the best way and take advantage of my self and system and functions and things that I learn and I do, and I like even explore sexually within myself, because I have all kinds of sexual experiments within myself, and it's a beautiful energy exchange to be able to like caress myself and address myself and to be able to interpret my own encoding of myself. But that is another day of touching taboo, my loves, and I want to thank you all so much for being here. You are amazing, and I'm honored to be able to share this space with you, to be able to touch on things of taboo, and to be able to even taste these matters together. So if you enjoy my content, last time, in case I've said it before in this video, or unless I just like try to cut it out because that would be smart, and then I wouldn't have to even say this, and I could almost cut this part out, but I don't know if I want to do that much because it's a lot of fucking work. But yeah, so if you want, like, share, and subscribe to my channel, because that would be awesome. It helps spread my messages, it helps get my content out there, and maybe it'll help me with my algorithms and things. I upload new videos every day that I upload new videos, because I don't want to say it's every day, because I'm human too here. in this realm of reality, and I have some stuff going on that I'm expanding myself on, so I can't always do everything I want to do, but I would love to be here every day. And if I do have a video every day, just know it will be at 7 o'clock, because that was the message I was actually going to say before I got all sidetracked and I started talking about like how I'm not doing a video every day and all that blah blah blah, blah, blah. I love you all. I love you all. Thank you. So that's the transmission, guys. A tidbit of touching taboo with Tara here. I welcome you to my space. I thank you for being here. If you enjoy my content, like, share, and subscribe. I'll have more videos like this. I'm going to shoot for every Tuesday, and all of my videos will now be uploaded at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're on the lookout for my content, remember 7 p.m. on the days that I upload will be the time, and all of them will be set as premieres, hopefully moving forward. So thank you again for being here. I love you. All of my links are below, and you're amazing. And even if you're an energy vampire, I can love you, because I am too, apparently. Let's do this. Talk to you all soon. Here, I'll talk to you soon. I'll talk to you soon. Now it's the outro. Now it's the outro.